Hey, how's it going guys? 1FO here, and today I'm going to be showing you the best and easiest way to make your own Roblox executor. So as you guys can see, I've done a few of these tutorials in the past, but all of them are pretty outdated now, so I'm going to be showing you guys a new method. So the first thing you want to do is go down in the description and go to the link that's labeled Visual Studio 2019. So once you click that, you should be redirected here, and it should automatically download Visual Studio for you. If it doesn't, you could just click this right here. But yeah, so once you've downloaded it, open up the installer. It should look something like this, and just check these two boxes. So check .NET Desktop Development and Desktop Development with C++. Then just install it and close the installer. Then all you have to do is come over here, type Visual Studio down here, Visual Studio 2019. Let this load for a bit. And if this is your first time using Visual Studio, it might be a little bit slow. But yeah, so just come over here, click create a new project. And this is where we're going to choose the actual thing that we need to use. So come over here, type Windows Forms app, and do not do the top one. Don't do this. Do Windows Forms app .NET Framework. And make sure it says C# right there, not VB. So once you've done that, click next. And then come over here, and in the project name, this is where you're going to name your project. So I'm going to call it YouTube EXE2, because this is like the second one I've made in the past 6 months. So come over here, click create. Of course, name that whatever you want. It does not need to be what I did. And if at any point I'm going a little bit too fast, you could just pause the video. So come over here, your screen should look a little bit like mine. Maybe the colors are a little different, but overall it should look about the same. So just click on your form. Come over here, and this is the first thing you want to do. Change your form border style to none. So now that you've done that, you could resize this however you want. I'm going to make it look like about this. You could get really creative here. You don't need to follow anything I'm about to do. This is just me designing it. The only thing that you really need to copy from me is the codes that I put on the buttons. So the first thing you want to do is design it. So you could do like portrait, you could do landscape, you could make a square, you could make a huge, small, whatever you want. So I'm going to leave it like about this shape. This kind of looks like Synapse X. So come over here, go to your back color, and this is where you're going to be able to change the whole color of the background. So I'm going to make this 60, 60, 60, 60. And of course, again, you don't need to copy this. That's just my favorite color code. And then the next thing you want to do is come over here to your toolbox. And if you don't know how to get here, click View, and then click Toolbox, or just do Ctrl-Alt-X. So once you've done that, open up the toolbox and search Panel, drag this onto here. So now all you have to do is just resize this however you want. So most people like to put it on either the top or the side, but you can also put this on the bottom or anywhere you want. So this is going to be where you're going to put your logo and the name of your executor. So I'm going to make it pretty small. I think this is fine. So once you have it like this, click on that little panel, and then this is where you can recolor it. So I'm going to do the same as I always do, 45, 45, 45. This should be a little bit darker than your main menu because you're going to have some text on it, so keep that in mind. If you did like a white background, maybe you want to do a gray one. So here it is. The next thing you want to do is come over here, type in the same search bar, label. This is going to be your logo, so put that in the left. This is going to be the title of your executor, so put that in the middle. And then first thing I'm going to do is come over here and actually change the color. So I'm going to make this like I'm just going to do red. It pops out a little bit more. So now if you want to change the font color or any of other stuff, you just come over here, click on font, and this is where you can change your size and all of that stuff. So I'm going to do about like 20 with bold, not really going to change anything else. That looks fine. So now all you want to do is change the text. So I'm going to call it EXE just for an example. So you could go like this. Actually, I'm just going to make it E just so it's easier to see. So just like that, E. That's all it should look like right now. Make sure it's centered. So there's your logo. And now you can come over here and do the title of your executor. So this is it right here. You're going to want to make this contrast the background to make it easier to read. So I'm going to do Control Light Light. That's about the opposite of this color. And then come over here, change the font. So I always like to do this, Sego UI, semi-bold, and 14. Again, you don't need to copy me, but I just think it looks good. And then I'm going to come over here, YouTube example 2021. This is just the name of the executor that's going to be at the top of the thing right here. And then all you want to do is come over here to your Solution Explorer, right-click Form 1, just like this, click Rename, And this is where you're going to name the actual form itself. So I'm going to call this just example. Click yes. It should refresh. Boom. Okay, so I think it refreshed there. I'm just going to come over here now. And the next thing you want to do is add your buttons. So go back here to the toolbox. Come over here to the search bar and type BUTTON, just like that. Drag it into the bottom left, or again, wherever you want. If you put your panel on the left, you might want to put your buttons like here. If you put your panel on the bottom, you might want to put your buttons like here, and just etc. So I'm going to put them like about there. That looks fine. And make them a little bit bigger than you'd think, because the text on here is going to like be pretty big when you finally edit it. So I'm just going to cut to when I finish this, but all you want to do right now is name this one button Execute, and then just copy and paste this. So one for clear, one for open file, one for save file, one for attach, and one for script hub. So here it is. I'm just going to put them all side by side, and I'm going to cut to when I have these in a spot that I like. Okay, so I've put them all in the right order now, and I think this looks pretty decent. So the next thing you want to do is name them all. So you don't need to follow my exact order, but you need to make one button for clear. So this is going to be for clearing the actual text box. It's just like that. Come over here, open file, and then this one right next to it should be save file, and then this should be attach. So attach, or you could call it inject as well. It doesn't really matter. Come over here for execute. I'm actually going to call this one script hub. So this is going to be where our script hub is. You just click that button, it'll open up. So the next thing you want to do is actually add your text box. So you have to do that in the Solution Explorer. So come over here, right click references, and this is where you're going to actually need to go to the description and download the file that I have. So if you look at my previous tutorial right here, it should show up in the description somewhere. So I think I had it right at the top. So here it is, yeah, codes and DLLs. So I'm going to have that down there for you guys to click. And once you have that downloaded, it should show up on your desktop. So right here, I have it, and this is what you're going to need, the DLLs. So come over here back to your Visual Studio. Oops. So just come over here, go to References, which should be in Solution Explorer. Right click it, click Add Reference at the top, and then come over here to Browse. Go to your desktop or wherever you had this file, and then just just click on one, then hold shift and click the other one so you have both of them selected, and then click add. So you should see both of them right here. If you don't, maybe you only see one, just go back and add the other one. So click OK, and then now you should just minimize this, and now they're in your project. So come over here back to Toolbox and type fast, and it should pop up right here. If it doesn't, just right click it, choose items, and just add that from your desktop. You should just be able to click browse and just add it. So come over here, go like this, drag this however you want. I'm gonna make it go all the way over there to the other side. I think that looks decent. So once you have this is design it however you want. So come over here, I'm gonna go like this and actually change the fore color. So I'm gonna do, let's say I'm gonna do something like 30, 30, 30. I think that looks pretty fine. So that's actually gonna be the color of the text. So you actually wanna make that about like the opposite of the background. So I'm gonna come over here, scroll down a bit until I find right here the indent back color. That's gonna be that left line right there. So I'm gonna make this, oops, I don't know why it's not letting me highlight that. There it is, 70, 70, 70. And then I'm gonna come up to the top and change the back color to 30, 30, 30. So all of this is completely optional. You don't need to follow my exact colors. So I'm just doing that pretty fast. And then if you come over here, this is where you can change the text that's in the text box. So I'm gonna do -- made by 1FO. So of course, here it is. Scroll down a little bit more. This is again just decoration, but it really does help if you're trying to make your own scripts. So come over here to language, and where it says custom, change it to LUA. So I think you need to come back here and actually resubmit this. So made by 1FO. Okay, I don't know why it's not changing to green, but you guys get the idea. Here it is. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is add the list box for all the scripts in here. So type list box and drag this right there. So now you just want to like resize this direct, like any direction you want. That actually lined up kind of good. So it's not going to look the best, of course, but here it is. So just click on this, and this is where you can edit the color. So I want to make it the exact same color as my other thing, and then under border style, I want to make this none. So it looks pretty clean now, pretty like streamlined right down to the middle. I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller, so let me bring this down until it's flush with the bottom. I think that looks fine, and then I'm going to make the script hub button bigger. Okay, so here's my thing. You could make it look however you want. And here's the 4 colors. This is going to be the color of the text, which is where your scripts are going to be. So there it is. And here's the main menu. So now we just need to add in all the codes for everything. So before I do that, let me add a close and minimize button. So type button up here again, drag one up here, and make them pretty small because this is just going to be your close and minimize. So here it is, text X, bring that up to the top. And this is going to be your minus, which is going to be minimize. So just do a dash. Boom. Okay, so that looks like it's pretty fine right now. So now just go back to your desktop or wherever you downloaded the tutorial video folder. And we're going to be using this a lot right now. So keep it open. And the first thing you want to do is go to codes. So come over here, open close and minimize. First copy this one for close. And then double click your X button. Paste it in here, and then come back here to your example, or whatever your thing is called. Go to your minus key, or first copy it actually. So copy the minimize, and then come over here to your minimize button. I think you guys are getting a pattern here, so you just double click it, paste in the code in that area, and you're done. So come over here again, go to the execute, attach, and module. So the first thing you want to do is your module, so I put that up here, copy this, double click on your form, so this little empty space, anywhere where you have empty space with no buttons, just double click that, scroll up to the top, and right here, right above public example, or whatever your thing is called, right underneath your public partial class, paste this code, and that should just, okay, so you're gonna have some errors. First you need to do this, so type using, this is at the very top by the way, we are devs API, click right there, or just click enter. And then put a little semicolon after it. That should get rid of all of your errors. So once you've done that, come back over here. And now you're going to do the attach code. So here it is. I'm going to double click attach, paste it in here, check for any errors. Let's see, did I get an error? Okay, I got no errors there. Come over here, come back here, go to your execute thing, double click execute, paste it here. And this right here is actually the name of your text box. So if you named it something else, just replace that with the name. And you can also do one right under it that says like this, send LUA C script. So that's optional. No one really uses LUA C anymore. But yeah, so here it is. You have your attach, your execute, and your text box. So right now you could just be completely done because this is a functioning exploit right now. But I'm going to show you how to add some more cool features. So I'm going to move on to clear right now. Come over here, X out of this, double click your clear button, and in here just type fast colored text box 1 dot clear, and then do 2 parentheses and a semicolon. So I'm just going to leave this up here so you guys can see it for a bit. Fast color text box 1 dot capital C clear, 2 parentheses and a semicolon. So once you're done with that, let's test it. So just click start to test it. Should open up for a bit, and now as you can see, here it is. So right now you can't actually drag it around. I'm going to show you how to add that later, but if you click this clear, it should clear the text box. Execute, of course that's not going to work yet, but yeah, so there it is. It works when you close it as well. So before I move any further, I'm going to show you how to make it draggable. So click anywhere on your panel, which is this thing at the top, come to this little lightning bolt which says events, scroll down until you see mouse down. So right next to mouse down, just double click this empty box, and while this is open, come back here, go to make it draggable, mouse down, copy all this, boom. So just like this, you should have all your code, and if you're seeing a little error there, I'm going to show you how to fix that. That's always going to come up, it's completely normal. So open up this make it draggable thing again, copy this variable, scroll up, and right below the initialize component, just paste that right there. So it's completely fine now, you have it all fixed. And the next thing you want to do is come back here, scroll down a bit, go to mouse move, double click it, and then now in this exact same thing I have it copied, so copy from the bracket all the way to the left of if. You can close it now and just paste it right there. So here it is, you have your completely draggable form now. Let's check it. Should load a little bit faster now. So here it is, you can drag it around, minimize, open it, close it, you get the idea. So cool, now we're going to move on to the open file, save file, and script hub buttons. So the first thing you want to do is double click your open file button. Keeping your cursor here, come back, go to open file and just copy all of this code, Control A, Control C, and then paste it right back here. So here it is. If you're getting a little error, I'll show you how to fix that. So before I actually do anything, come over here, do your save file button. So copy this, come back, double click your save file button and paste it. So now just click on any of these things that say file, so just click on it, click this little light bulb, or actually just right click it, click the light bulb, give it a couple seconds, it's gathering suggestions, and then just click this right here that says using system.io, boom, all the errors should just vanish in a couple seconds. So there it is, they're all green now. So here it is, come back to your folder, go to your, where do I have it? Okay, so here it is, script hub buttons. So just double click this, go to open script hub, close this, and the first thing you want to do is come over to your solution explorer, which is the thing that where you like renamed all this and went to references. Right click this little thing next to your exploit name that says C#, right click it, go to add a form, and then come down here and name it script hub. So do capital S script, capital H hub, and you need to make sure you spell it like this because I have all the code based around that. So click add, and then here it is. You can size this however you want. I'm really not going to change anything because I don't want to spend too much time on this. You can just do 60, 60, 60, and I'm not even going to get rid of all these buttons. I don't think they look too bad. So now you just want to come over here, add your buttons. So you can add as many buttons as you want. I'm going to add one huge one just as or I'll actually add two. So this is going to be really ugly just as an example. So just like this, just like that. And here it is. So I'm going to call this one jailbreak script. And I'm going to call this one adopt me script. Of course, you don't need to just do this. You could do whatever you want. So once you have this done, you just come back over here to your example or whatever it's called. Double click your script hub button. Come back here to the script hub buttons thing, and under open script hub, just paste this code. So it should work completely fine now. Here it is. Let's test it really quickly. Start, click script hub, and here it is. So you have your thing open. They can click this button. It's not going to do anything yet, so let me add that. So come back here, go to your script hub, design, click on any button, or actually double click your button, paste this code now, the script hub buttons code, just like this, and anywhere where it says raw, or wait, let me fix this really quickly, right click, quick actions, using system.net, and then right here where it says like a little line under it, you're going to actually need to add the execute attached module code. So right here, or oops, the variable. So just highlight this, come back here, right below public partial class, put it right there. So the same thing you did for the first one, just do that. And then again, using WeAreDevs API, semicolon. So you could pause it here, make sure you have everything the same that I do, no errors. And then right here, where it says raw pastebin link here, you need to keep those quotes. Don't get rid of the quotes, but this is where you can paste any pastebin script you guys have. So right here, I just have these two random scripts. I think this is like an adopt me script, and this is like a Shindo Life script. Oops, that's the wrong link. Okay, so just it needs to be a pastebin link or any raw text link. So you can't have it on like this page where it has all this stuff. You need to click raw, copy this link, come back over to your Visual Studio, paste it there. So now whenever you click this button, let me just copy it again, put it onto the other button. So any script that you have here is what's going to get executed when you click that button. So just like this, if I click that, it would execute it. So pretty cool. And now I'm going to show you guys how to add this list box. So this is going to be where all of your scripts go into. So just click this right now, or actually double click it, come back over to your tutorial video thing, come over to your functions and list box, And right here where it says list box, come over here, double click it, or highlight it, paste it in here, and let's see, do we have any errors? Nope. You always want to check for errors. Come back onto your main thing. This time you just want to click, well shit, let me make a new button. So just copy and paste a new button. You could make this really small. I'm going to put it right here. So let me shrink this down. Shrink this down. That looks fine. So you want to name this button refresh. This is how you're going to be able to refresh your thing. And if you want to make it refresh before you even do anything, I'll show you guys a little secret. So copy all of this refresh code. Come over here to any blank space on your form. So right here, double click it, and it should say the name of your executor and then load. So make sure you have that. Paste it in here. And let's see, did it work? Oh yeah, we need to add our functions code now. So go back to your Solution Explorer, click on your, whatever your name of your executor is, just right click that, click add, class, and this time name it functions with a capital F, so functions. Click add, and right here, where you see this, click enter, and then right here, copy all of this functions code and paste it right there. So you shouldn't have any errors, but if you do, just right click it, click quick actions and refactorings using system.io, and boom. Again, I have one error here, right click it, quick actions and refactorings, boom, fixed. So it's as easy as that. You have all your functions fixed, and then you can come back here to your example, double click the back of your form, and boom, so we have no more errors here. And now if we come back to our example, you could paste that exact same code right here. So go back to your folder, I'm gonna put the refresh code on the refresh button, boom, and then come over here, back to here, and I think we should be completely done now. So let me check it, click start, test it out really quickly. So is it gonna load? Okay, so this is when an error that you might get sometimes if you don't add your scripts folder. So the next thing you want to do is come over here, go to right here, open file, go to bin, go to debug, and then you need to come back here. Oops, I think I accidentally closed it. So right here. So here's the tutorial video folder. Drag and drop or copy and paste the scripts folder right into here. So if you're having any trouble, this is what your folder should look like right now. You just drag this in here, click cancel, and now just come over here, start, and here it is. So you have all of your scripts in here. Of course, you could replace those with whatever ones you want. Every time you refresh it, it'll refresh. Your script hub works. You have your save file. You have your open file, clear. You can click this to put your scripts in. You can attach. And let's actually just go test it out into a game. Okay, so I'm going into... Okay, I guess I'm banned in this game. So I'm going to try to go into Blox Fruits now. Let's see. I don't think I'm banned in here. Yeah, so I'm not banned in this game. Let me test it out now. Clear the script box. I'm going to be a pirate. And here we are. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, click attach. Let's see if it works. Boom, it's attached. You can come over here, put in any of your scripts that you want. I'm going to do just a speed, click execute. Okay, so I don't think speed is going to work in this game. It's a pretty advanced game. Come back up here. Let's do fly. Maybe that's going to work. So I guess none of these basic scripts are going to work in here, but if you use anything else, they should be working. There's this prison life. Yeah, this prison life GUI loads up in Blox Fruits. So yeah, here it is. And now I'm going to show you guys how to publish this to your friends. So the first thing you want to do is come over here, close your exploit, go to build, click build solution. It should succeed. Wait for it to say it's done. Okay, so I guess it works already. Just click rebuild. Okay, so here it is, rebuild all, one succeeded. So the only thing that you need to do now is click REPOS. Just type this into your little search bar down here, and then go to your desktop. Come back here and find the thing that you just made. So mine was called YouTube exe2. So just open that, open it again, open bin, and then drag this debug folder right onto your desktop. So here we are, it's done. And when you open this, you're going to see a bunch of random folders. You're going to want to delete exploit-main.dll. Sorry, I can't talk. Go over here, delete that, delete config, delete.pdb, delete workspace, logs, and auto execute. So here you are, this is all you need right now. And now you could just put this into like a WinRAR folder or something. Maybe you want to rename it, example, and here it is. So just click this, it opens, it completely works fine. So hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you can, and as always, peace.